is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on the new 2025 Acura RDX, $399 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welt and Rayom. I'd like to wish you a happy holiday season and a healthy and prosperous new year from your favorite lawyers at Welt and Rayom.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on the new 2025 Acura Integra, $289 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
The lost city of Atlantis reveals its secrets at Toyota of Hollywood. Get legendary deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a 2024 Corolla. Not 24,000, 20,988. Unlock the wonders of 0% financing for 5 full years, 0 down. Rediscover Atlantis at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices. Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on the new 2024 Acura ZDX, $299 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty. Having a great day, baby. Yeah. Dolphins suck. Canes suck. Inter Miami's a choking bunch of dogs. But Bitcoin's kicking that ass. Panthers surviving in Edmonton. Some things, there are good things happening. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, welcome aboard. Yeah, I'm in a good mood. Dolphins can't ruin anything that's going on with me, baby. Sorry. Just can't. I'm not going to sit here all frustrated with the rest of the Dolphin Nation that is not on Bitcoin. So, anyway, just a beautiful morning. What can I tell you? Do we get to 110 today is the question. All right, since we're now over 108. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And it is a very good morning. God, we got holidays right around the corner. We got the New Year's coming. It's feeling good, baby. Feeling good. Oh, one day the sports will catch up to crypto. You know, what can I tell you? But we're all Satoshi. Yeah. And one day you will all learn what a Satoshi is. Anyway, so we got a couple things to talk. Not a ton of things to talk about. Obviously, there's one thing to hammer and complain about, which you're going to be doing it for days and weeks and months on end. So you know that one gets old real fast already. So I understand all of that, but we do have a couple things to talk about. Interesting, by the way, this morning, how the line between the Dolphins and the Niners is down an entire point. It opened 2.5 yesterday. It is now 1.5. So it's like it looks like Vegas is catching up to what these chokers are, and soft ass team, and they've got to go up. Even though the Niners are all beaten up, they're still much more tougher and physical than Miami. So that's going to be a problem for Miami in this game because they're not tough and they're not physical. So, you know, we'll see. This is not going to be easy. And Dolphins by 1.5, this is just going to be a painful ending to this season. You know, I told you a few weeks ago I didn't feel good about Miami sweeping the Jets. I just had this sick feeling that they're going to end up at least splitting. And they won the first one. Some tells me here's where they lose the second one here on the road. So I'm not expecting a nice ending for this team, to be quite honest. I don't think they have the coach that will keep them focused, prepared, because that's one thing this team is prepared, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? So just one of those deals. But anyway, so we appreciate all of you tuning in. As always, hang in there with the frustrations. If you're on the Bitcoin bandwagon, well, then, you know, you're not feeling that bad right now. You know, even an overtime loss in Detroit doesn't make you feel bad because that was dog shit yesterday. Anyway, you watch the Panthers, the way they play, and then you watch the Miami Heat, and it's like outside, you know, here's what an interesting thing we have developed between these two franchises. There was a movie called Freaky Friday, and it was the personalities switched between the mom and the daughter. I think that's how it went, right? And the daughter was the mom was the daughter, but they were in their other bodies, right? And it seems like we've had a Freaky Friday type of thing happen with the Panthers and the Miami Heat. Dare I say that? The Heat, they can't make any competent moves. They keep stepping on themselves constantly. Panthers used to do that. The Heat, they were the elite team in town, the measuring stick. The Panthers were a joke. Under Viner and others, under Sifu and under Viola and Sifu, they've never been a joke. They've always gotten progressively better every year, right? That we can all say that. What we all want as fans, that's exactly what Viola and Sifu have done. Exactly what they've done. They took over and started building it and getting it better and better and better and better and better. The Heat used to have stars. I mean, we got Zoe and Timmy like right away, dude. And then followed by a slew of other stars. Now they have no stars. They have a broken down star in Jimmy that, you know, triple-double yesterday can't even get you over Detroit. which, by the way, my conversation with Ira yesterday, fucking hilarious compared to what happened last night. If you followed the conversation and the game, it's like, I mean, hilarious. But anyway, we'll get to that later. But there's been a Freaky Friday going on with these two. As much as Arison and Riley and company deserve all the respect for what they've done for 25 years, okay? Their front office is no longer elite. They don't make elite moves anymore. They make screwed up moves constantly now, okay? That's what they do now. Now they make desperation moves. The Panthers are methodical. The Panthers know exactly what they want. The Panthers know exactly what they're going to get. And people are lined up to take less money to come to the Panthers. By the way, that's something that's really never happened for the Heat. Never. Really. Nobody takes less. Really. So LeBron and Bosch made Riley trade picks to bring him over when they could have signed for free. For free. And those two idiots could have gotten a little less money, but they weren't willing to do that. They wanted their bird contracts. So Miami lost first rounders to both teams. Those first rounders could have helped those idiots, but they didn't get that because they were greedy. And when Bosch left to Houston, he made Riley pay him more to come back. So they don't do that anymore. They're not what you see with the Panthers, you don't see with the Heat anymore. It's Freaky Friday, baby. It's Freaky Friday. It's completely changed. The Miami Heat organization, the way you knew it, they don't work that way anymore. They're not that good. They're not that good. After the coaching, they're not that good. Their talent, their front office, I love them to death, but they're not that good. You know, I get it. Local writers and most people don't, especially on the now the flagship station. You know, they're not going to have any balls to say that, but we'll say it here. I love Riley, but hey, bro, you lost your fastball. You know, it is what it is. We all lose it. You lost it. The Panthers, Bubba, they're standing on the mound. Okay, they're Mr. Gibson. Go check your history out. And they're standing there, and they are about to mow your ass down. That's it. I'm going to use Bob Gibson. I'm not going to use Ohtani because Ohtani will break down. Bob Gibson will run you over and then laugh at you after that. So I'll go with the big bad mofo because that's what the Panthers are now. And it's interesting how that completely has changed, like totally. The Heat they're still a good franchise, obviously. You know, they've been a great franchise, but they're still a good franchise right now. But they're not run like the Panthers. They don't know what they're doing like the Panthers. They don't have the power of the Panthers. They don't have the impact on their league like the Panthers. They don't have the respect in their league like the Panthers. They don't produce like the Panthers now. Freaky Friday, baby. Freaky Friday on a Tuesday. It's interesting. It's really interesting because I'm watching last night and I'm like, wow, this has completely changed, dude. It's woo! Completely changed. What I'm watching with one franchise, it's like this, like our dollar. And then what I'm watching with the Panthers, it's Bitcoin, baby. They got to a championship. No, they won the points and all that, and they got to a championship, and it wasn't enough. And then they got to the championship again and won it. And here they are again, and they're going to go out to defend it. And if somehow or another they get again to the championship, holy shit. You know, It's like the big three hit you without you even knowing it was the big 3, 4, 5, 6 for the Panthers, because they got a lot more than big three in the Panthers. Okay, a lot more than big three. That's the other thing. You know, it's impressive. We'll see how this whole thing ends up, but man, there has been a switcheroo between the Panthers and the Miami Heat. Yeah, it's not good for the Miami Heat. Exceptional for the Florida Panthers. Steve Chapman is in the house. I just saw Fartcoin is taken off. Ever think about starting your own O-coin? A lot of us listeners would buy it. Yeah, but it has no utility. It would be fun and all that. But as you've noticed, when I started the platform, we started really building it up. And then all of a sudden, I brought it back down again. And I said, yeah, I'm going to keep it simple. And it was getting too out of control, too many people, too much. And it was becoming too much work for me. And I was like, wait a minute, dude. I am at a part in my life where I want to make things easy for me and relax and coast more. And so, I've kind of dialed it back. I'm going the other way. So there'll be no O-coin. There won't be a ton of other things. I'm just not going to do that anymore. You know what I mean? I'm kind of, I'm just going to kick, push, and coast now, man. To be quite honest, I really not going to try that hard anymore. That's kind of the way it is. So, yeah, no O-coin, no nothing. Not really going to be trying that hard that much. I've done enough already as it is in my business, and it's kind of time to worry about myself more than anything else. Stephen Harris in the house. Jeff in Long Island. One-Eyed Jack. It's a great Bitcoin morning here in Pennsylvania. Good for you, sir. Giovanni is in. Man, the Panthers are fun to watch. Thank goodness we have them. Yeah, dude. I mean, we have nothing, dude. Nothing. I mean, Messi could not be given more, and he choked like a dog in what supposedly is a shit league compared, according to all the soccer fans all over the world. Well, the MLS sucks. Well, yeah, Messi couldn't even win the MLS. Pathetic. The Dolphins are pathetic. The Canes are pathetic. The Heat is mediocre. They're a middling team. They're nothing now. That's what they've become. Nothing. They're nothing. They're middling. They're going nowhere, and nowhere fast. Without the Panthers, we have nothing in this town, dude. Nothing. Mario Cristobal has every resource possible, and the dude can't even get in the ACC championship game. We demand him to win the ACC conference. The dude can't even get to the game with every resource that no UM coach has ever had. That's pathetic. Dolphins, pathetic. There's nothing more you can say about the Dolphins. The whole thing is just pathetic. The Marlins are a complete joke. They're not even worth talking about. Without the Panthers, man, we got nothing. We got nothing. The only franchise that's run the right way is the Florida Panthers. That's it. The Heat isn't run the right way anymore. Marlins certainly aren't. Dolphins aren't. Marlins are a disaster. Canes are weak. So, without the Panthers, we have nothing in this town. Bunch of frauds and softies and has-beens, because the Heat has to be, they're not frauds or softies, they're has-beens is what they've been. That franchise has now got to find their way. Riley's got to find his way, because they're a has-been. They mean nothing in this league anymore. They're living off their history. They have entered the Miami Dolphin zone. They have now entered the beginning of the Miami Dolphins zone, and they better get the hell out of it. That's what's starting right now. Just want you guys to know what you're seeing with the Miami Heat is the ending of the Shula era. So where are you guys going from here? You're going to keep doing the same stupid shit, or you're going to finally reset? It's up to you guys. Do whatever you want. But Freaky Friday, baby. Freaky Friday. The Panthers took everything you guys used to do, and now they do it better. And you guys have now become the future of the Miami Dolphins. That's where the Heat are going down the path of the Miami Dolphins. So, and it only gets worse because we've felt it for years, decades now. Okay? Because the end of the Shula era was painful to watch. Painful. And that's kind of what's happening. Patchwork bullshit, not a real foundation. So, Freaky Friday, baby. Freaky Friday. Captain Saki in the house. Ray Sosa. NorCal is puffing and puffing and puffing and a rolling. Kyle Cockrell is in. Loving that Bitcoin pump-a-lumping today. Alexis Palenzuela. Yeah, it was a beautiful hockey night. It was a beautiful hockey night. I had the Heat like on the side. You know, I was more focused on the Panthers. And by the way, pathetic to go to overtime with that team. Jesus Christ. And then to lose in overtime. Revo is in. Gus 1388. Skylar Tipton. Jamie Zoria in San Jose. J-Town. Kyle says Casper's on a beautiful dip. That's it, bro. That's it. That's the way you do it, man. It's the way you do it. Let's see. Jamesville in, loving his Bitcoin. Eric Scott. Josh, still don't understand why they traded for both Bosch and LeBron. Shaking my head. I thought they were both free agents. Riley got it's not that Riley got suckered, is that Riley does not have the juice that that a lot of you and in the media thinks he has. He hasn't had that juice forever. I've pointed it out so many times. So many times I've pointed out examples where he has no juice whatsoever anymore. None. It's just the way it is. Where it's the end of the Shula era. You're living off reputation. You're now living off of the things you've done. The only difference is you still have the right coach, but you're not doing right by him. So that's where the failure is in the personnel department. Maybe Spo's part of these decisions. I have no idea. I don't have that kind of insight with the Heat. I can only tell you and assess what's going on overall. Okay? When it comes to personnel, they're not good enough anymore. That's it. In today's NBA, they did not adjust, and they have it very Shula-like. Very Shula-like. Shula could not adjust, and because he could not adjust, he was pushed out. Okay? The Miami Heat have not adjusted to the new way things are done in the NBA, and because of their stubborn old ways that they cannot maintain, that's their problem. Ignorance is a problem with the Miami Heat. They think they can be what they used to, and they can't. The rules do not allow them, and yet they think they can overcome it. Sorry, not happening. Freaky Friday. Freaky Friday. Let's see. Papa is in. Mace Taggart is in. That is Ty in the Bronx. Eric Scott says we have an affiliate team night coming up in Savannah for the Ghost Pirates ECHL. I've got to scoop up my Ghost Panther jersey, a taste of South Florida here in Savannah. Man, but you guys got the bananas. Nothing like having the bananas in town. James Vivinetti. It's their time. He's been carrying us for a long. Yeah. They've done it for a long time. I just wish they would change their ways, because we as fans should be patient with them and understand things have changed. They need to change their ways, and it's all right if you have to take a few steps back to take a few steps forward. I don't understand this whole attitude like, oh, we're above that. No, you're not, dude. It's all right. Those of us that are smart and we understand basketball and we understand the business of basketball, we understand why you have to do this and you refuse to do it. Stupid. It's stupid because you think you're above it or something and you're not. I'd rather you reset and then come back as strong as ever and be the championship franchise that you are. Instead, you keep trying to put a Band-Aid on a problem that is. Yesterday, I had a conversation with Ira, and I said, I go, well, tonight, you shouldn't need Jimmy Butler to play 40 minutes and all. Remember, Sean, I said that? Like, you shouldn't need Jimmy. And he played 44 minutes, had a triple-double, and you lost. Like, you're not supposed to need that against the Pistons. He's supposed to coast. This is one of those nights that he's supposed to end up with 13 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals. An all-around game, but not 44 minutes, 35 points, 19 rebounds, 10 assists, 4 steals, and a loss in overtime. That guy doesn't have that in his tank to do that often anymore. So you've got to save those. You can't use this against the Pistons. That shows you how bad they are. And why does that happen? Because Bam Adebayo needs 12 shots to score 15 points, and Tyler Hero needs 25 shots to score 23 points. The guy that you argue with me all the time, Bam, he's a star. Yeah, he's a real star. He's such a star. So freaking super role player. I keep telling you that. And I would imagine that has everybody come around with me already? Finally, like Bitcoin? Is it like Bam and Bitcoin? Have you finally come around that Bitcoin is the shit? And that Bam isn't? Just wondering, have you come around finally? Bitcoin is the greatest asset in the world. Have you finally agreed with me on that? Bam is a super role player. Have you finally agreed with me on that? Just wondering. Out there? Anybody out there? I mean, you shouldn't need Jimmy Butler to kill himself against the Pistons to win or lose. Freaky Friday, baby. Freaky Friday. It's what it is. Freaky Friday. True Fin fan, the Heat must be going down the path of the Dolphins, but it's much easier to build a basketball team than a football team. I pray they don't go down that path, even though I don't watch basketball anymore. No, but that's exactly it's very Dolphinish. Very like you're losing your fastball, like Shula lost his fastball, like that kind of stuff. Yeah. That's the way it's looking at it. Mike C. Adam Beasley shredded Chris Greer in his article Sunday night, and he used actual data stats to point out his failures over the past 4 years. Hey, bro, everybody's up for firing line. Nobody gets a free pass, unfortunately. So, nobody in the front office, even though I'm a fan of the guys, I get it. I can't defend them. It hasn't gone well, and you can't hire a good coach. And if you bring back Mike McDaniel, you're just setting yourself up for failure next year anyways. I mean, what's going to change, dude? You're going to bring back Joe Philbin, it's going to change. You're going to bring back Adam Gase, it's going to change. You're going to bring back Flo, it's going to change. You're going to bring back, Cam Cameron, it's going to change. You're going to bring back Wanstead, it's going to change. You're going to bring back Jimmy Johnson, it's going to change. No, it's not. You saw enough of all those people. You saw who they are. I just talked to you about the Panthers. Since Viola and Sifu took over, what happened? What happened? It just got better and better and better and better and better. Was it overnight? No. It was a progress of, 10 years, I think it is now, that you've won the title and been to a couple trips to the title and you won the points on it. It's like 6 straight years now of the playoffs. So, it's a progress. It's a process, right? But as you got better and then started getting in the playoffs and got better and better and better and better and better and won the title, that's what you want to see. You're not seeing that with anybody else. So right now, no one in the Dolphin organization should be safe. That's just the way it is. As much as I like the personnel guys, they have effed up with the coach. And there's a couple of other things that I pointed out that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy right now to say that everybody, is at fault here. But they're not going to fire anybody. They're going to bring them all back because everybody got new contracts. So, whatever, bro. When they fire somebody, if they make a change or something, then we'll talk about it. But for now, we'll keep repeating the same bullshit over and over and over again. So it's fantastic. Morning from Ocala Joe, smashing it just like Bitcoin. Question is 110. Oh, yeah, 110K this week. Oh, hell yeah. Maybe 110K today. Who knows? But yeah, this week I'm looking for 110K. Why not? It could easily happen this week for sure. Let's see what else. Thank you, Papa. Chris Duquette. Jimmy will be out 3 to 4 games now with a pulled motivator cuff. Oh, man. Yes, Xmas. Die Hard is a Christmas movie, yes. Vivinetti, Big O, with these last 3 games pretty much meaningless. You think McDaniel gives Frank Smith a chance? No. They'll do if they do what I say they should do. Okay, since you're not firing anybody, okay, then I say at the end of the season, and then they won't do it like right when they close the season out. It'll be something that'll be done in the off-season press conference, Senior Bowl, whatever, Combine, whatever. They'll talk about, Frank's going to be the offensive coordinator. I'm going to kind of oversee things. And, we're going to break things down a little bit. It's a little much on my plate. And, Frank has really earned this. And, all that kind of BS bullshit they'll do. So that's what I think they should do. We'll see. Maybe this is Mike McDaniel. Stubborn as hell. This is the guy that keeps throwing fades to Oompa Loompas. Okay? This guy does some catastrophically stupid shit all the time. As smart as he is, he does stupid shit. Okay? Smart people do stupid shit all the time. All right? The New England Patriots owner is a billionaire, and somehow or another he thought going to an Asian day spa was a good idea to get a happy ending. Smart people do incredibly stupid shit. So Mike McDaniel is very smart. He also does a lot of stupid shit. So he's stupid enough to think that he could come back and be the play caller and head coach again. He's stupid enough to abandon the run. He's stupid enough to play Julian Hill every week. He's stupid enough to keep Tanner Connor on a roster spot. Okay? He is stupid enough to do a lot of stupid shit. So we'll find out. But my suggestion is you're too stupid to be a play caller. So give it to Frank Smith. I hope I'm clear on this. I don't know. I hope I'm clear on this. I try to be clear when I say Bam Adebayo super role player. I try to be clear here when I say Pat Riley lost fastball. Not sure if it gets out there, but I just want to make sure I'm clear on what I'm trying to say here. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have? It confirms your statement on Heat showing that we're struggling against Pistons twice shows this team has taken its course. Yeah, this team is garbage, bro. It's a middling team. Enough already. It's just the Heat Nation is so delusional from all the winning. Let's see. Big O, how in the holy hell did Jacoby Brissett get a commercial? Well, backups, bro. Colt McCoy, Jabroni. Who's the other guy that they use? It's a couple of backups that that's smart by Progressive that they're using.
Dobbs.
Who?
Dobbs.
That's right. Dobbs is another one. Yeah, they use him for the framing because he's tall. And then the guy's like, should have called him in earlier. That's actually that one's actually pretty good. Okay, not all of them are great, but the concept of it, I gotta say, it's creative. Oh my God, we've got a flash crash, 105.8 right now for Bitcoin. Hurry up, buy in right now. It's funny. It's funny. If we crash to 100,000, that's now a dip. Like if we hit 100,000 now, like that's a monster dip because you've already hit 108. So you're going to get 8%. It's hilarious. Oh man. That's good. That is good. Anything else moving right now? Yeah, no, I know it's bad right now in the regular market. XRP is up almost 8.5% to 258. It was higher, but I think things are a little bit not running hot because the Dow is down 253 points. The S&P is down 35. NASDAQ is down 0.5 point. So that's probably why. And it's still amazing that Bitcoin is still riding with the market not really doing well today. But again, it's I think one has kind of decoupled from the other already, at this point. What else do we have? By the way, EJD Construction, the terrific people at EJD Construction, they know how to get it done. Eric, 305-433-4843, custom home construction, major home remodeling. Eric and Company, they are fully insured, liability and workers' comp. So when they come to work at your home, your office, you have no worries. If somebody gets hurt on your property, you will not get sued because they're fully insured. So make sure whoever you hire is fully insured. If they're not fully insured, well, then will be a problem, folks. Don't bring somebody onto your property that is not fully insured. That could be an issue. 305-433-4843 for ejdconstruction.com. All right. Let's get to our 3A Graphics Sports Calendar and the great Alan Blanco. If you're looking for custom printing and embroidery for your business, your corporation, your school, whatever entity it is, group, fantasy league, whatever, call 3A Graphics, 786-618-1443. The Panthers, so far 2-2 on this road trip. They defeat the Oilers last night. They outlast the Oilers. That was a hell of a game. 6-5. Let's see. Mikola, Reinhart, Verhaeghe all had a goal and an assist. Bob had 25 saves. They wrap up this funky-ass West Coast, long-ass road trip Wednesday in Minnesota. 9:30 is the face-off tomorrow. And let's see if they can pick up a victory and end 3-2 on the road trip, which would be good. The Heat absolutely depressing. They storm back to tie it in overtime, but Tyler Hero, down by 1, goes for a 3. Clank. They lose in overtime, 125 to 124. Miami is 13-11. They've lost to Detroit twice this year already, who's 11-16. So 2 of their 11 wins are at the expense of the Heat. Butler, 44 minutes yesterday, 35 points, 19 rebounds, 10 assists, 4 steals in a loss. The super role player, Bam Adebayo, with 15 points, and Tyler Hero needed 25 shots to score 23. Friday, they will take on OKC at home at the Kaseya Center, and that'll be at 8 o'clock. Thursday night football, Denver taking on the Chargers. The Chargers are favored by 3. The over and under is 42.5. Last night, Vikings over the Bears, 30-12. Minnesota improves to 12-2. Falcons over the Raiders, 15-9. And Miami Dolphins, they are now favored only by 1.5. The line has gone down an entire point. It opened up 2.5 by Miami. It's down to 1.5. The over and under is 46, leading into Sunday's game at 4:25. How fun for me and Sean that we have to do the post-game show after a 4:25 start. Fun, 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 till our daddy takes our T-Bird away. Jesus Christ. Shit season, shit team, and we got to do a 4:25 start. There's one bright spot, Sean. Because it's a shit team, because it's a shit season, there's no chance that last game will be flexed out to anything worthy. So it'll be a Sunday 1:00, and we are done as early as we can possibly be on a Sunday. So
yeah, but the Cleveland game's an 8:20.
What's that?
Cleveland is 8:20.
What was 8:20?
Cleveland. If it doesn't get flexed out, it's a night game.
Oh, that game has to get flexed out. Seriously?
They haven't done it yet. They haven't done it yet. Isn't there like a 3-week time frame or something?
Weeks out of that. Yeah, no, we're done. Oh, jeez. We have another night game?
Yeah. It's 4:25, 8:20, and then, of course, 1 p.m.
Wow, that's depressing, dude. That's depressing. Dolphin fans, you people aren't going to be up at that time. Who are we going to be broadcasting to in that post-game show?
I guess I'll be listening to the great voice of the Big O. It'll be me and you talking about, and that Jameis Winston isn't going to be in the game probably. I mean, they benched him, but we'll see if they put him back in the role. I mean, who the hell knows what we're going to be talking about by that time? And it's going to be cold.
Yeah. Unless you make changes, there's nothing to talk about. Dude. It's just nothing to talk about anymore. That's all it is now is gripes and complaints. And it all falls on deaf ears because nothing's going to happen, right? So then, unless you make a change, there's nothing to talk about. So it's just one of those deals. Can't do anything about it. We're just, chasing our tail right now. So can't do anything about it, my man. Let's see. Kyle says 105. Everybody panic. Let's see. Clyde Hyde. Flo is headed in the right direction. Yeah, that's why in his last season he lost to all the good teams and then beat all the bad teams at the end. Sure, he was heading the right. He was the same shit as all the other fools that we've had here. Can't beat good teams, bro. Same thing. And the idiot can't even find a quarterback. He can't even build an offensive staff. That might be a problem when you think Jabroni is better than Tua. Might be a problem if you think Fitzpatrick is better than Tua. And then in the end, you only had a winning record with Tua, not with Fitzpatrick or Jabroni. Those are the facts. And that's the biggest indictment, that when you are not willing to play the best player because you're doing something out of spite. But if some of you Clyde Hyde, if you're not smart enough to figure that out, bro, I can't help you, dude. I can't help you. You know what I mean? Fantastic defensive coordinator. That's fine. That's what he is. That's all he is. Outside of that, he's an ogre. He's a guy that has no people skills, and he doesn't know offense. And you've got to know both. In order to be a head coach, you got to understand all three phases, and you've got to be able to build coaches that are good in all three phases, and you've got to know the talent in all three phases. That's just kind of the way it goes. And he did not on the offensive side. He screwed up over and over again. And in his final year, he lost all the tough games at the beginning of the year. The win streak was against the bad teams. But those of you have short-term memories. That's why. Again, this is all repeated bullshit over and over and over again. Because we'll have the idiot that'll chime in about Dan Campbell, and we'll have the idiot that chimes in about Flo. And neither one of them have any substance to the argument whatsoever because there's no context. It's just a stupid opinion. Dan Campbell wasn't even ready. He had to go back to school for Peyton. No context. Flo didn't know offense, couldn't figure out what a quarterback is, couldn't win against the good teams. But hey, what the hell? Yeah, he's the answer. You know, again, like I say, I love all of you, okay? But there's a ton of you that you just don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's all. And I'm willing to say it. That's all. And Clyde Hyde is a perfect example of that. No context, no facts. Just let me throw something out there that makes no sense whatsoever. At least the season is almost over. Yeah, almost. Not fast enough. What Jack says, I'm stuck going to the Finns-Browns game. I really hope they flex it to 1 p.m. No, Sean is right. I think we're inside the deadline of it already. It's not going to get flexed out. They're going to give us that shit game. Yeah. So, Sealer and Chop have had great seasons. Yeah, no, and Calais has been fantastic. You know, there are bright spots individually for certain people, for sure. But and that's what I told you. That's all I'm looking at individually for the next 3 weeks that are left is I'm just looking for some individual performances for things to build on for next year. And that's it. That's all I can do. I have no hope for the team. I certainly have no hope for the coach. And if you bring him back next year, I have no hope for next season either. So, whatever. We'll cover it. We'll deal with it. It is what it is. Let's see. What else? Yeah, that's it, Big O. If Flores would have figured out the offense and got along with Tua, it could have been something great. Exactly. And you put your ego aside and what you think you know, what you don't, because you don't. That's it. But he couldn't do that. He's not a good coach, bro. He's a coordinator, like a lot of people that we've had that are coordinators, not head coaches. Yes, sir.
Hey, there's some hope still, though, because the NFL just flexed some games for this week on Monday. They did a last-minute flex. They moved the Bills, Patriots to 425 because the Bills beat the Lions, so they wanted them in a more prime game. So there's still hope possibly that
because
Sunday night game gets –
it's flexed within the day of it itself, not Monday to Sunday or Sunday to Monday.
It looks like maybe if something happens in between. Yeah.
Right.
Looks like if something happens this week where maybe there's a game that has more meaning, they might flex them to the Sunday night game because it is the Sunday night game that we have with the Browns.
Yeah. NBC complained, dude. NBC, you are a weak-ass broadcasting company if you don't stand up to the NFL and tell them, how dare you give us a shit game like the Dolphins and the Browns? Okay, you guys know, and we know that the Dolphins choke on prime time. Why are you giving us something that chokes on prime time? Let's go. Give us something that performs, not that chokes. So NBC, I challenge you. Take that skirt off. Put your big boy pants on. All right? Get on down there to the NFL offices and tell Roger Goodell, all right, tell that punk-ass bitch to pull that Dolphins-Browns game from Sunday night. 1, because you don't deserve it, and 2, because Sean and Orlando don't deserve it either. Just saying. In fact, make it a 10 a.m. start on Sunday. That way we're off early, super early, and, in fact, make the Jets game on a Saturday. Free up my Sunday. But NBC, don't be some weak-ass bitches now. You know what I'm saying? Put on a pair. Complain. You're not paying all that rights fees to Dolphins Browns? That's some bait and switch. What's wrong with you, NBC? Get your money's worth, dude. Are you kidding me? That's gutless, NBC. Jesus. You people are weak. Damn. Anyway. Let's see. I think it's 10 days out. So flex, I think Wednesday is cutoff, Big O. What should Greer do? I don't know. Sit back, enjoy the rest of the season, count his money, prepare for next year. I don't know what else you want me to tell you. Not exactly sure. Just wants to sleep early. No, really, Steven, really, honestly, I don't want to do it at all. Seriously. I would rather not do it at all. That's really what I would rather do. Okay. Green Bay, Minnesota should be the Sunday night game, week 7. Is that the game that week? Oh, yeah, dude. Is that a regular? Yeah, man, of course. That would be awesome, Green Bay, Minnesota for Sunday night. That's a treat for all football fans. Not just Green Bay, Minnesota, but for me and Sean. That's a treat that we can sit down and, all right, great. After covering shit football all day, now I get to watch like a real game. That would be good for me. That would be good for me because I have to cover the Dolphins, and now I actually get to watch like a real game, 2 real teams and stuff. Yeah, that's a great call, One-Eyed Jack. That makes a lot of sense. Another primetime embarrassment for the and they're going to lose. They're going to lose to Jameis Winston because that's so Dolphins. That's why they're going to lose to the Jets, because it's so Dolphins. Yeah, for sure. I'm hoping they flex the Fins-Browns game to London. I like that, NorCal. 9 a.m. start on a Sunday. Get it out of the way. Hide it away from people. Most people wake up. Oh, the Dolphin game? Oh, yeah, we didn't miss anything. Yeah, that would be good. I like that. Let's see what else.
Hey, yo.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if this means anything, but I went to ESPN to look at the schedule.
Okay.
And for some reason, they have 4 games that are set up, and they say flex game 12/28 or 12/29, which would be Saturday or Sunday. And none of them are good, by the way. It's Cardinals, Rams, Chargers, Patriots, Bengals, Broncos, Falcons, Commanders. Colts, Giants. So those are the games that have no time next to them yet.
No, but wait a minute. You realize that every one of those games has playoff implications for a team or teams. You realize that, right? Every one you mentioned there is playoff implications. I think, if I'm correct, that even the Colts are still in the playoff mix for something, yeah. I think, mathematically or some crap. So,
No, I get all of that, but what I don't understand is, so they have a concrete time, Dolphins, Browns, 8:20 on NBC and Peacock. They have the Monday night game. They have the 4:25 Cowboys, Eagles, The Monday night game is Lions 49ers. They've kind of got concrete times on all of them except those. They say TBD. Could those flex into the 820, or does that mean the 820 set?
No, those can get flexed into the 820. That's what that means. Yes.
All right, let's go Colts.
Or any of them. Doesn't matter. Just any of them. Please, flex anything. Why would anyone want to watch Browns Dolphins? That's a disaster for the NFL on Sunday night. That's unwatchable football, dude. Are you kidding me? McDumbass versus Winston. Who wants to watch that? Nobody wants to watch that. Only us losers. Because we're Dolphin fans. We're a bunch of losers. We follow losers. We root for losers. We pay to see the losers. We pay to travel to see these losers. Only us. We're the only idiots in the world that want to watch Dolphins Browns. Why should we torture the rest of the world to that? No, dude. Don't subject people to our misery. That's not the right thing to do for humanity. You know, the right thing to do for humanity is to look out for humanity, look out for each other. Welton Rayom, talk about looking out for you. That's what they do. 954-966-4646. Bankruptcy, a personal injury, homeowner property damage, commercial litigation, criminal defense, condo damage, business owner claims. A lot of our listeners have been calling for the last couple of years. Bankruptcy has been one that has been growing because unfortunately a lot of people, man, I know have gone into their savings and their 401ks because things are tough. And so bankruptcy has been an issue, whether you've had a car accident, truck accident, personal injury, you don't know if you have a case, please call Jeff Walter, Daniel Rayom. Why? Consultation is completely free. So you can have the conversation. They'll tell you if you have a case and you're off and running, man. And really, by the way, you can do a lot of it by phone. The only time you're going to have to pick up something is a check at the office. It's a beautiful thing. 954-966-4646. Give Jeff Walter, Daniel Rayom a call. Save it on that cell phone. Even if you don't need a lawyer right now, you may need it down the line, God forbid. 954-966-4646. Paying $82 a month for cable to watch the Fins, right? See what I mean? Walter, why should you and I subject other people to our misery? There's no reason. There's no reason for us to subject anybody to our misery. So they shouldn't watch it at all. By the way, I've got a real dilemma here, Sean. This is a real problem for me right now. I need help here. I don't know how to handle this. Conor McGregor plans to fight Jake Paul in a boxing match. Sean, can I root for both of them to knock each other out? A la Rocky 2? Except I don't want any of the sons of bitches to get up. What do I do here? I hate both of them. I love watching both lose. I can't root for McGregor to knock him out because I would want Paul to knock out McGregor as much as I want McGregor to knock out Paul. In fact, I'm going to hire Khabib to get in the ring and knock both of them out. How do I handle this? How do you handle this? Because I hate both. I despise both. I don't know who to root for. I don't know who to root against. How do I handle this dilemma? Sean, help me.
This is the one where you want the parachute to land in the middle of the ring during the fight.
What was the name of that guy?
Oh, I forgot who it was.
Or something.
He just came in circling.
Right, but they gave him like a nickname, right? It was like Helicopter Bob or something, or something like that. Yeah, that's what we need. We need the helicopter guy to land like they're both slugging it out right in the middle of the ring, and the guy lands like right on top of both of them and F's them both up and puts them in the hospital. Yeah, that would be fantastic. Yeah, that would be perfect.
Oh no, it was Fan Man. It was
Fan
Riddick Bowe.
Man.
It was
There
Riddick Bowe in a Evander Holyfield fight, and Fan Man came in.
That's it. I knew he had a nickname, Fan Man.
Maybe we can bolster it up, and he'll just come in and.
That's it. Just land on both of them. I mean, what do I do that night? I don't even want to watch, but I'm going to watch one of them lose. Because I got to tell you, the night Khabib beat the shit out of Conor McGregor, that was one of my favorite nights of watching fights ever in my life. Because for me, Conor McGregor is one of the all-time number one scumbags in the history of sports. He is one of the biggest lowlifes of all lowlifes. He is lower than tits on a snake, as Mad Dog would say. Rest in peace, Mad Dog. I mean, the word low class is too high for Conor McGregor. Okay? Not enough bad shit can happen to Conor McGregor to make me happy. Put it that way. So when I saw Khabib beat the living snot out of him, I was hoping he was able to keep him around and beat him up even more. So I really enjoyed that. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed anyone that can kick Conor McGregor's ass over and over again. I will pay to watch that. Okay? Seriously. I will pay to see all the misery that can possibly come to Conor McGregor. Okay? Anybody and everybody that is willing to beat the shit out of him, I am willing to watch it and cheer it on and laugh. And I don't care what kind of injuries he suffers. Seriously. I'm 100% serious on that. Okay? I have no sympathy for that dude. Now, Jake Paul's not as bad as that guy. Jake Paul's just annoying. So he's just like a gnat. You know what I'm saying? He's like the Noid. You know, Conor McGregor, I mean, this is a guy that hits an old man at a bar. I don't really have any sympathy for Conor McGregor whatsoever. So maybe I'm saying that I would root for Jake Paul slightly. I think that's what I think. I think I've kind of made that determination now. Yeah, because Jake is more just annoying, really smart. He has manipulated so many of you to be so stupid to pay for his shit. So he's a genius in that sense. But Conor McGregor is a flat-out scumbag. Yeah, you know what? Now that I break it down, you know what? Now I figured out I have to root for Jake Paul. I have to root for Jake Paul.
Good talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Sean. You helped me out. That was great on your part.
Always here for a listening ear.
It's fantastic. Thank you for lending that ear. So nice of him.
I do find it odd, though, with Jake Paul. Not that to get into my...
Logan Paul, whatever. Logan, Jake, whatever. Who cares?
Oh, is it Logan Paul he's fighting? Oh, well, Logan Paul left wrestling. He retired.
30 miles from Cuba says it's Logan, not Jake. Whatever. Either way.
Whatever. But it's still, Logan Paul at least was in the WWE. He retired, though, so he's dead to me. He wanted to be a father, but now he's going to get in the ring with Conor McGregor. I was going to say, if it was Jake Paul, it's like, you just said you wanted to fight more.
He's also ripping people off in crypto.
Yeah, well, but he said he wanted to get with Jake Paul said he wanted to step up like in classes of boxing. And then when you said he's fighting Conor McGregor, I was kind of like, yeah, I guess that's a step up.
Oh, well. Here's Sean. The Dolphins are still mathematically alive.
Wait, so you're saying there's a chance?
Seriously, Sean. It was over when they lost to the Colts. Listen, Sean, let me explain something to you. A law on my show for 34 years. When I say it's over, it's over. I've never said it's over and then it somehow got resurrected. Never. Never. I'm on that roll. When I tell you the season's over, it is over. 100%. When I tell you that coach needs to be fired, that coach eventually gets fired. When I tell you that GM needs to get fired, and I usually do it before everybody else, they fire him eventually. That's 34 years of it. Undefeated in that streak. So when I do tell you it's over, somebody needs to get fired, it happens, bro. It happens. It's crazy, but it happens. So I told you it was over with the Colts. I don't care what the math tells you. My math is the one that ends up becoming right on target. So, but hey, if you want to torture yourself, you go ahead, or you could be like me where I wasn't worried about it anymore after the Colts because I knew what I saw. It was over. Oh, my God. As much as you truly dislike both of these guys, I will root for McGregor to knock out Jake Paul. No, I can't. I got to root for a Paul brother over McGregor, now that I think about it. McGregor's really a bad dude, like a bad person. So I can't. Oh, can Hulk Hogan just pile drive both of them? I don't know if he can do that anymore. I don't even know if he can pick them up anymore. He's so messed up already at this point. No,
well, he was in Colby Covington's corner this weekend, and Covington got stopped with a TKO. So I don't know if you want to have.
He was in the corner just hanging out, or he was.
Yeah, he walked to the ring. They played the Real American, his song back in the day in WWE. He came out with the American flag. It was him, Chael Sonnen. They kind of cornered for Colby Covington in his UFC fight this weekend.
Chael Sonnen is perfect for wrestling. Perfect.
Yeah, I always thought he could have made it somewhere there, but never panned out. He does good in the podcasting.
All he was a great loss for somebody in MMA. It wasn't like he was ever really a contender. Guy's got so many losses. It's ridiculous.
But he was the pulse. He could talk people to buy in the fight. He could talk people to think that he could win the fight regardless.
Yes. Talker, that Chael Sonnen is a talker. So as an analyst or as a wrestler, he's perfect. Let's see what else. Evander Real Deal Holyfield was still my all-time favorite fighter. Nobody has a bigger heart and balls than that man. Smaller than everyone and was never afraid. Yeah, he's fantastic. And thank you for correcting me about Logan and not Jake. Thank you. Let's see. Finns are alive. 6 teams have to win. 8 teams have to lose. 5 teams have to tie. 1 team has to be taken out by a mafia. Pluto has to align with Mars. Same story every year. Exactly. Have Kevin Owens spike pile drive both Paul brothers. That would be good. What are you going to say?
I was going to say on Karun's message, but you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo if you want to make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, which we always appreciate that. Thank you out there. And you can also make a PayPal donation. You can use the QR codes there also. Send in your questions, comments, insults, all kinds of stuff. We appreciate that as always. Where do we have Bitcoin right now? Where are we at? Where is it holding? Did it go back up, or is it down in the 106 area? We are at 106,249. 200 now. So after hitting the 108, we went down. We are now in a dip. Take advantage, you newbies. Big O, has Ross ever fired a head coach even after extending him? No. Well, I mean, they extended Philbin one season and then fired him towards the end of that following season because somebody took over as interim head coach at that time. That wasn't Man Campbell that took over after Philbin, right? Forgot now. Which coach was it that he was the interim coach for? Because I think they fired Philbin with a couple of games left the following season after extending him. But remember, that was only a 1-year extension. This is different. They gave him a multi-year extension. I want to say Jim Bates was the interim for Wannstedt. It might have been Man Campbell for Philbin.
It was Man Campbell.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell, the Dolphins tight ends coach, replaced Joe Philbin as the team's interim coach after Philbin was fired in 2015.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. Yeah. Yep. Just bought this beautiful dip. Check price $106K. There you go. It's, it sounds crazy at the moment, right? But like I said yesterday on the show. Okay, so MicroStrategy bought 15,350 Bitcoin on Sunday night at 100,386. Sounds expensive? Well, it's 106 now. They're already in the profit. So Riot Platforms bought 667 Bitcoin yesterday at 101,135. Sounds expensive? No. It is, but now it's 106, 5.5 at this point. Semler Scientific added 211 Bitcoin at 101,890. We're at 106.6 right now. Already in the profit. It's ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous. So you think it sounds, that's why when I tell you, hey, it'll be 1.5 million down the line, man. What, 100,000? Okay, so if I think it'll be 1.5 million in 2030, that's 15x from now. I think it'll be 250 by June 30th. I'm not a financial advisor, never have been, never will be. I'm just some idiot that likes crypto. But I told you 100,000 before the end of the year, right? Way ahead on that one. I say we're going to have violent rips now because they got, like I explained, the rich people set this shit up perfect, dude. They gave you enough FUD to keep you away from it. Now it's over 100,000. Now it becomes even more unattainable it's unattainable for average people, period. And now it's unattainable for people with money. You have to be really rich to be able to put down, have 106,000 liquid to go buy an entire Bitcoin. Nobody can, most people can't do that. You have to be pretty rich to have $107,000 sitting there. You can buy a Bitcoin. So now you're going to have even more violent rips up because they'll make it to the point where the elite of the elite are only going to be able, as somebody explained to me the other day, which is very smart. Right now it's at 107,000. Okay. Somebody that has $1 million or $2 million in their net worth, they can't afford a Bitcoin. They don't have somebody that has $1 million or $2 million worth, in homes and a little money in the bank and cars and, valuables and all that kind of stuff. They don't have $100,000 cash to go out and pull it out of the bank. When it gets to 200 and 250, somebody has $3-4 million. they don't have 250 in cash. When it gets to 500 and 750 and $1 million, now you're talking about the people that have 20, 30, 40 million dollars worth. They might have that liquid so they can go buy an entire Bitcoin. If not, it's all invested. They don't really have the money sitting. People that have money, they don't have the money sitting in the bank liquid, because it's stupid to have your money sitting in a bank. You got to have it invested in something so it's growing, because money doesn't grow in the bank, as you all are. A lot of you are learning now about that your money's dying in the bank. So even rich people don't have that liquid cash. So they have done a beautiful job the way they have manipulated this whole thing, and it's going to be so violent. It took us 15 years to get to 100,000. It'll take us less than 6 months to get to 250, or 6 months to get to 250. That's how nasty it's going to be from here on out, because the only people that can buy are going to be the people that are the elite, not you and I. So it's crazy, man, but that's how this thing has been manipulated. Jamesville says, I got into Bitcoin at 2,500. Just wish I bought more. LOL. That's the beauty. Every day we wish we bought more, because we don't have enough, period. You know, that's the thing. We just don't have enough. 106,859 making its way back to 107. Interesting. Very, very interesting. What else do we have? By the way, Andy Reid has proven over the years that he is the man. We all know that, right? And Pat Mahomes now got injured. He's got a high ankle sprain. And it behooves them probably to rest him this week. They already got their loss. They're not trying to protect an undefeated season. I know they're trying to protect home field advantage, so that's really important. But it's a good team overall. It's got a great defense. The defense has definitely been carrying him this year. Carson Wentz is the guy that's going to fill in now. And Andy Reid has been a guy that has developed quarterbacks, resurrected quarterbacks, has made them even better. Like an Alex Smith, he played with the most moxie he had ever played in his life under Andy Reid. Okay, he was aggressive, where he was never aggressive in his entire career. He was a very conservative quarterback that rarely took chances. Reid opened him up to even take more chances and be an aggressive passer. And obviously, he did wonders for Donovan McNabb, who probably wouldn't have been as good without Andy Reid. And other quarterbacks have enjoyed his coaching. And obviously, he developed Mahomes from scratch, all of that. Carson Wentz is a guy that came in with a lot of hype, produced, was looking great, then lost his confidence, a bunch of injuries, lost his mojo, wasn't the same guy. Why? We have no idea. We can't figure it out. But now he's with Andy Reid, and he's now going to he's spending some time with Andy Reid. This gives him a chance to kind of resurrect his career. And I'm not saying that just this start will get him there, but if you can start to show some more here, one, it becomes another feather in Reid's cap. Two, Carson Wentz has all the ability to be a hell of a quarterback in the NFL. He was a hell of a quarterback for a short time and then lost his mojo. So it'll be interesting if he gets to play a week or two. And by the way, this week they play the Texans. And you saw that defense this week. That's a good defense. They can get after you. So this will be a hell of a test for Carson Wentz. And personally for him to overcome some of his demons. So it's kind of a cool story, because Carson Wentz is a guy that's got a lot of ability, man. He does not lack ability. He lost his confidence. And by losing his confidence, he lost the player he was. So it'll be interesting to see if at any point Carson Wentz can find himself And if he does, Andy Reid, man, once again. Sean, do me a favor. Give me 30 seconds here. Give me a quick break. Let me turn on the AC here in the studio. For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com. Okay, there we are. We are back. Thank you. Appreciate it. By the way, the Big Cheese, proud sponsor of our program, and Billy and Gary and all the great people out there, man, they just do an amazing job. The holiday party platters are going on, so just in case, if you're thinking about some holiday party for your business, your get-together, school, whatever, customers, call the Big Cheese, 305-662-6855. Any dish can become a party platter. They can use any sauce that you want, meat sauce, tomato sauce, pink sauce, Alfredo sauce. All. So if you want the lasagna, the baked ziti, the sauteed chicken, the chicken francais, just goes on and on and on and on. Check out BigCheeseMiami.com. Let's see what else do we have here. Will you have a win-free Bring Back the Dolphins logo contest for the CFB playoff, or picking the week McDaniel is fired? Well, we'll talk about that next year. There's no reason to talk about that now. So next year, we'll talk about McDaniel getting fired. But this year, we're not going to talk about anything unless they do something. But from everything it looks like they're bringing everybody back, and they're going to try to tweak and fix what they currently have at this point in time. So that's, like I said, the only thing left is for you guys to bitch and complain. Outside of that, there's really nothing else to talk about, unfortunately. You know? Let me get to a little music. Let's see what we got here. All righty. What the hell? Okay, here we go. All right, let's start off. Date on the 17th. Taylor York from Paramore, born in this date in 1989, the guitarist for Paramore, celebrating a birthday. 3 Days Grace drummer Neil Christopher, born on this date in 78. Eddie Fisher, drummer for One Republic, born in this date in 73. DJ Homicide from Sugar Ray, born in 1970. Who else celebrating birthdays? Sarah Dolan, singer with Bananarama. It's a cool. Cruel Summer. Bob Stinson from The Replacements, born in 1959. We lost him in 95. Mike Mills, bassist with REM, born in this date in 1958. Wanda Hutchinson with The Emotions. You've got the best of my love. Whoa, whoa. Born in 1951. Carlton Barrett with The Wailers. Bob Marley and The Wailers. Born in 1950. Paul Rogers, singer for Bad Company, Free. Born in 1949. Also had a little stint with Queen. And let's see who else. Eddie Kendricks, The legend, baby, born in this state in 1939 with the Temptations. We lost him in 1992, unfortunately. Art Neville with the Neville Brothers, vocalist and pianist. Born in this state in 1937. We lost him in 2019 at the age of 81. So he had a full life, baby. And Tommy Steele, regarded as Britain's first teen idol and rock and roll star, born in 1936 on this date. All right. Those are musicians born on this day, ladies and gentlemen. Now we start off with other famous folk celebrating birthdays. On the 17th of December, Pope Francis is 88 years old. Sarah Paulson, TV actress, she is 50 years old. Manny Pacquiao, 46 years old. Billy Wingrove, soccer player, futbolista, he is 42. Martin Odegaard, futbolista, he is 26. Nat Wolff, movie actor, 30. Mila Jovovich, movie actress, she is 49. I don't know much about chefs, but is this guy famous? Duff Goldman is 50. Don't know much about chefs, but I mention it just because my daughter and my wife watch all those cooking shows. Bella Shepherd is 23. Let's see who else. Eugene Levy, the thickest eyebrows in the business. He is 78 years old. Ernie Hudson, movie actor, 79. And Kirsten Clemens, she is 31. Those are famous folks celebrating birthdays. Sean Stanley, do you have any wrestlers celebrating birthdays today, sir?
I do. Nosawa Rangai turns 48. And the great Eugene, Nick Dinsmore, he turns 49. Those are your birthdays for December 17th, 2024.
Okay. All right. Let's move over to music history. Let's find out what happened today on December 17th in music history. Well, in 86, more than 4 years after breaking up, the Doobie Brothers played a reunion show in Palo Alto, California to benefit a charity. It inspired them to do a reunion tour the next year. In 94, Bon Jovi guitarist Richie Zambora married actress Heather Locklear. In 2005, Billboard revealed that U2 had the top grossing tour of the year with their 90-date Vertigo trek, which was seen by more than 3 million people and grossed $260 million. And I, of course, saw that tour, Deuce. In 77, David Bowie released his fourth album, Hunky Dory. In 2012, I think it's like his face is like out there or something, I think, if I remember that album cover of Hunky Dory. In 2012, Billboard named the 3 top songs of the year. They were Gautier's Somebody That I Used to Know, Carly Rae Jepsen, Call Me Maybe, and Fun, We Are Young. I like that song. I can still jam that song from Fun. I like that one. I like it. And that is what happened in music history today. Big O, who's the best pound-for-pound fighter you ever saw? Not your favorite, the best. I'm going to go with Sugar Ray Leonard. Pound for pound. Because he took on different types of fighters. You know, he got stupid with Durang by
in the first fight, getting in the middle of the ring and trying to fight him, which that was stupid. Mano de piedra, you don't do that. Then the second time he boxed him and he drove him crazy, and the third time, and so, all that. But he took on Hagler and Hearns, whereas while I consider Mayweather the greatest defensive fighter I have ever seen in my life, I won't ever consider him the best pound for pound fighter, because he really didn't test himself as much. He paced himself more than anything. Floyd did a little bit of that early in his career, but once he started having wrist injuries, he was never the same fighter again, and so he boxed the shit out of people and was the best defensive fighter. But I'm going to go pound for pound. I'm going to go Sugar Ray Leonard is my guy. Marvin Hagler was right up there. Muhammad Ali, obviously, could be considered the best. So there's a couple of guys that, I could consider and put him there in that discussion. But I'm going to go for Sugar only because he tested his boundaries like very few did. Evander would have been the other guy, because Evander, as somebody mentioned earlier, he fought he was a cruiserweight. He was a cruiser fighter fighting in a heavyweight division. And it took a pretty special man to do that. And unlike Sugar Ray Leonard, when he fought Tyson, he wasn't stupid. He boxed Tyson instead of fighting Tyson. And that's why he ended up winning. And Tyson had to bite his ear off because he couldn't handle a real boxer at that moment, because Tyson was a fighter. And so Roberto Duran was a fighter. And if you were a good enough boxer to frustrate that kind of a fighter, you're a pretty special boxer. You know what I'm saying? So that takes a special skill to step into the ring with somebody that can punish you physically, but you're so good that you can stick and move and not get punished, and you score all the points by hitting him. That takes a special individual. So I'm going to give Sugar Ray Leonard the nod over, slight nod, by the way. It's not like a big nod or anything, but for pound, going to go with Sugar. Okay. What else do we have here? Big O, since you're the Dolphin priest, does Adam Gase, Joe Philbin, and Mike McDaniel sit at the same table? Which part of the Dolphin Bible is the plague curse? In the chat. Listen, dude, all I know is that you've got a long list of bad coaches that you've hired. Everyone. Doesn't matter who the owner is, who the GM is. They've hired bad coaches from Jimmy Johnson all the way through Mike McDaniel. So, you know what I mean? And Jimmy Johnson and Flo are Judas. Let's see, what else do we have? True Fin Fan, great mention, Big O. For me, the best pound-for-pound fighter I ever saw was Roy Jones Jr. That's another good one. That's a very good one there. Man, he got screwed in the Olympics. Best defensive fighter I ever saw was Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. That's a very good one. I'm going to give Floyd the nod over Sweet Pea, but that's a very good one. I'm not going to argue with that. That's splitting hairs. Aaron the Hawk Pryor was pound for pound the best boxer I've ever seen. He was. The problem is that one night ruined him, and he was never the same again. You know what I'm saying? So, Mayweather kind of finished strong in a way. You know what I'm saying? And Sugar hung on too long. He was too old already. When he lost to Tony and all those other fights, he should have retired. He just kept hanging on. And kind of like what Muhammad did. Whereas Pryor was amazing. Arguello was amazing until Well, I'm sorry. I'm getting all this confused. Arguello was amazing until Aaron Pryor cheated and beat him. So that's why, Jay, now I got confused. That's why I could never agree with you with Aaron Pryor, because Aaron Pryor is a cheater. So I can't ever pick a cheater for pound, because it was proven in their Arguello fight that he had when give me the bottle. No, not that one. The one that's mixed. So I think the audio was caught, if you remember correctly. I was at that fight, by the way. I was at that fight. That fight was here in Miami. And I can't give Aaron Pryor ever anything, because it's like giving Ben Johnson any props for racing when you cheated. I can't do that. So that's where I would have a strong disagreement with you, Jay, on that one. Aaron Pryor does not ever deserve that, because he's a cheater. I have to go Holyfield. Holyfield's good, or Jones Jr. I also feel Lennox Lewis doesn't get. Nah. He was good. Good jab. But I saw heavyweights that are better than Lennox Lewis. So, but he was good. I'm not going to ever say he was, bad or anything like that, but no, can't do that. Can't do that. No. What else do we have going on? Besides Bitcoin, right around 106.5. See if we hit 110 this week. Maybe 110 today. Who knows? I love that picture that they're putting out there of Mike McDaniel in the Best Buy uniform. This is floating all over social media. I don't know if you could see that from there, but here's my problem with this. Okay? Mike McDaniel is a Geek Squad guy, not a Best Buy employee. He's a Geek Squad guy. So, let's put Geek Squad on it instead. That really goes with him. But I do love it. It's hilarious. Oh, man. What else do we have going on? Let's see. Morris Cousins agree. QB play has to get better. Yeah, Kirk Cousins has been stinking it out. Those of us that are not Kirk Cousins fans, now you know why we're not Kirk Cousins fans. What else do we have? Super League Eyes relaunch with 96-team event. I don't see any real headlines there overall. Larry Holmes doesn't get enough credit. Larry Holmes, good boxer. Great. Another one with a great jab. But again, if I'm going to go heavyweight, there's several other heavyweights I'm going to pick. Since I'm a little older, I'm going to pick several other heavyweights way over that. Las Vegas Aces star Asia Wilson, 3-time WNBA MVP and 2-time league champion, is signing a 6-year contract extension with Nike in one of the richest shoe deals for women's basketball, according to Shams Charania, who is just breaking that news. And by the way, girlfriend of Bam Adebayo. But just because she is franchise maker, she's not going to be able to convert Bam into a franchise player. Okay, just want you all to know that, just in case. By the way, at Caneswear, remember to use our code BIG010 so you can get 10% off anything in the store. They've got Dolphins gear, Panthers gear, Marlins gear, Heat gear, Inter Miami gear, and, of course, anything and everything with the Canes logo on it pretty much. But use our code BIG010. And remember, if you go online and you order anywhere in the country, you order over $99, you will get free shipping. You put in our code BIG010, you will get 10% off also. Okay. So check it out at caneswear.com, folks. Okay. The old man version of George Foreman, he still had the 3 knockout power. I'm not old enough to have seen young George. Young George was a bad son of a bitch. But he was dealing with, Frazier and Ali and Frazier, Ali. There's who else? Another guy that I'm freaking forgetting right now. That's freaking awesome in that era. But yeah, there were, the heavyweight division at that time was so massive. It was nasty, So that was really the issue there. There was a clutter. And it shows you how good Muhammad was, that he could rise above all those guys. Ken Norton. Thank you so much, Tom. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you there. It just was it was the golden era of the heavyweights. The 50s, 60s, 70s was the heavyweight division was just amazing, dude. When you went from Joe Louis all the way through to Muhammad Ali, are you kidding me, dude? That's just ridiculous. And that's where we like, I saw the back end of that as a kid, and then obviously whatever highlights and all that, but it's just, it was that weight division was never the same again once we got into the 80s. Muhammad got old, and then Mike Tyson really didn't have much competition and all that. It was never the same again. It's actually in the last couple of years has actually been like somewhat resurrected compared to the prior 30 years, But what happened from the 50s into the 70s? No, we'll never get. Remember, in those days when you had a heavyweight match, listen to me, get ready for this. When there was a heavyweight match, it was the biggest sporting event in the world, in the United States and in the world. Understand that. Like, sports world stopped in those days. When a heavyweight fight was going on, the world was listening on radio, and whoever could possibly watch it on TV watched it, but the world was listening on radio. Okay? That's the difference between boxing then and boxing now. Okay? It's just like the World Series. When I was a kid, there was nothing bigger than the World Series, nothing bigger than baseball. And then times change. And football took over, and it started to dominate in the 70s, and by the 80s took over. It was the sport. And then in the 90s, forget about it, and so on and so forth. It just, the stranglehold became even stronger and stronger and stronger by football. Well, boxing was like that. Boxing for that time, heavyweight boxing was the marquee event, period. End of story. Yeah. So, and again, it's because you had giants. You had super talents in that sport for a long time. There was several decades of just beautiful talent going through there. And that's the difference. We haven't had that. Let's see. What else do we have here? Ken Norton, Ali, Ernie Frazier, Ernie Shavers, Foreman. Yes, exactly. Big O, at this point, I'd rather see the younger players get some playing time like Paul Wright, Chop. Well, that's what I talked about this past week and in the pregame show and all that. That's my focus is more about next year and individuals. It's not about, I don't give a shit about the team stuff. That doesn't matter to me. That's just icing on the cake if you win or whatever, but you're not going anywhere. It doesn't really matter. So, yeah, I'm with you there. It's all about individuals now. That's why last week, not this weekend, last weekend, when Armstead got injured again and Paul stepped in, this week he started. But last week when he stepped in, what did I tell Furones? I said, let's go, bro. It's time to tell Armstead, hey, thank you. Appreciate everything you did. Stay here with us. Help us develop the young guys for the final couple weeks. We appreciate everything you did. Time to play Patrick Paul. In my eyes, there's no reason to play Teron Armstead anymore. He's not coming back. He's not your future. Patrick Paul needs all these games. So, Devin, you're with me 100%. I would turn the page. I would play the young safety and not Jordan Poyer. What the hell do you need Jordan Poyer for anymore? The hell out of here, dude. Plus, you've been useless as it is. So let's go find out what you got in the young safeties. Screw that, dude. Yeah, definitely turn the page on that. Big O, what's more impactful, a Perdomo cigar, a Cutter's Edge MVP of the night? Well, we should give a Perdomo cigar, by the way, Sean Stanley, to the Florida Panthers. No doubt about that. And Reinhardt, Jesus Christ, that's a Cutter's Edge MVP if I've ever seen one. My Lord. That guy is, what a monster. Man. I'll tell you this much. Liam and the new tackle Jackson Carman is going to get Tua killed against the Niners. Yeah. Almost forgot who Eugene is until you said the thickest eyebrows in the biz. Oh, Eugene Levy? Yeah. Let's see. What else? I get a Perdomo cigar or Cutter's Edge MVP if I take down Halle Berry? That's Cutter's Edge MVP of the night, of the year, of the century. She's happily married, so you're screwed anyway. You know what I'm saying? She looks like she looks like she finally found her dude, because it's like I follow her on social media, and you've never seen her this way. So it's pretty cool. Good for her, man. It's weird that a woman that good looking is having that much trouble staying with one man. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to imagine anybody would want to leave that. You know? It's like one of God's greatest creations. And, you know, so what's going on? It's one of those things, like, what's wrong with her, you know? So it's kind of weird, all these things with her. So, but it looks like she finally found her dude, which is good. Everybody should be able to find that one person that you want to settle down with and share some time and life and all that, because it is very satisfactory when you're able to fight through life together and get through all the ups and downs and shit. And obviously life is going to kick you in the ass many, many times over. You know what I'm saying? So there is something satisfactory to it. There's an emptiness if you have to go through it all by yourself. Sure, it's resilience, and I'm sure there's a level of what's it called? Strengthening, emboldening yourself. But there's nothing like sharing your life with somebody else and sharing the good and the bad too at the same time, because that's the best time to have the support, the good and the bad, you know? So it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing. So good for her, man. Good for her. Let's see, what else do we have? Hard to imagine. I'm just hard to imagine Halle Berry. Too much. I'm sorry for my disgusting outburst. True Fin, you are one of a kind, my brother. You are one of a kind. No doubt about that. All right, folks. We are out of here. We appreciate you. It's not really a lot to talk about today on the show, unfortunately. But we've addressed as much as we can. We shall see you tomorrow. Same time. We'll be in the morning. We're not on the road. We're not on the road till Thursday. We only have one road show this week, and that'll be at Hialeah Park on Thursday at 3 o'clock. Outside of that, it's all 10 o'clock starts, all in studio. Hopefully later on we'll do a Crypto Bro show and get you ready. I'm going to rest the voice a little bit. But we will, on behalf of Sean Stanley, we shall see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel. Go Bitcoin.